All right, let's jump right in. Today we are going to tackle a really interesting puzzle, one that explains why even our smartest AI and biggest financial models can get things so spectacularly wrong. It's a paradox that honestly affects all of us.
I mean, think about it. We are swimming in data. Our phones predict what we want to buy, our streaming services know what we'll watch next. Heck, models try to predict who we'll vote for. But if we've gotten so good at predicting things, why does it feel like we're constantly being surprised? Why do systems still fail in ways that apparently nobody saw coming? It's a genuine puzzle.
And believe it or not, the key to cracking this whole thing wide open, it's right here in this one simple but really powerful sentence. This is the difference between just predicting what might happen and actually truly understanding why it happens. Let's break that down.
Okay, so let's start with the first piece of this, describing behavior. This is all about what we can actually see, right? The stuff on the surface.
To really get a handle on this, let's do a little thought experiment. Picture a mystery box. It's sealed shut. We have no idea what's inside. All we can do is push a button on the outside and see what color ball pops out. That's it. Our only job is to figure out what the box does. Okay, so here's what we do. We're going to press that button, let's say 100 times, and we just keep track of what comes out. And pretty quickly, a really clear pattern starts to show up. We get 80 red balls and 20 blue balls. Now, based on this data, we can describe the box's behavior. We can say pretty confidently, hey, there's an 80% chance the next ball is going to be red. And that's a solid data-driven prediction.
And that right there is what we mean by behavior. It's the what. It's the pattern you can see and measure. And you know what? Probability is the perfect tool for describing this. It tells us what is likely to happen, all based on what's happened before.
But, and this is the big but, this is where things get really interesting. We've got a great predictive model for our box. We're feeling pretty smart. But let me ask you this. Just because we know what it does, do we actually understand it? Do we have any clue why it gives us this 80-20 split? Nope, not a clue. So, that was the outside. Now, let's do what we've all been waiting for. Let's peek inside the box and talk about structure, the why behind the what. So what exactly is a structural property? Well, this is the why we were just asking about. It's the internal guts of the system, the actual mechanism and the components and the rules that cause the behavior we see on the outside. It's the root cause, not just the symptom. And boom, this is the big reveal. We crack open the box, and what do we find? There's no supercomputer in there, no complex algorithm. It's just a simple little hopper. And inside that hopper are exactly 10 balls. 8 of them are red and 2 of them are blue. So that 80-20 probability, it wasn't some mysterious force. It was a direct physical result of the box's internal structure. We've just made the leap from just predicting to actually explaining. Okay, so we've got behavior on one hand, the what, and structure on the other, the why. So what? Why is this little distinction such a big deal out there in the real world? This is probably the most important part of this whole explainer, right here. Behavior is the what. It's the symptom you can see and predict. Structure is the why. It's the underlying cause that you can actually explain. Now, just relying on behavior is totally fine, right up until the moment the structure changes, because then all your predictions can fail just spectacularly because you never really knew why they were working to begin with. And trust me, this isn't just a thought experiment. This stuff is everywhere. Think about an AI black box. It might be amazing at predicting which customers are going to leave your service. That's a behavior. But if we don't understand its structure, the why behind its decisions, we have no idea how to fix it when it suddenly starts making weird or biased or really expensive mistakes. Same with the stock market. A stock price going up, that's just a behavior. If you don't understand the underlying structure, things like company profits or consumer debt, you might be cheering for a bubble just seconds before it pops. And in medicine, it's so clear. A fever is a behavior, a symptom. A good doctor doesn't just give you something for the fever. They dig deeper to find the structure, the infection that's causing it. In every single one of these fields, confusing a prediction for a real explanation is a recipe for disaster. So, I want to leave you with a really practical tool, something you can start using today. The next time you see a super confident prediction, doesn't matter if it's in the news or on social media, just pause for a second and ask yourself this one question. Is this just describing a behavior, or is it actually revealing a structure? Am I just looking at the symptom, or do I understand the cause? Knowing the difference? Well, that's the first step to really understanding anything.